I'm going to go over a problem that has to do with a person that's walking and turning and going certain degrees of rotation, and we're going to try to figure out where this person is going to end up. So this person is starting at point A and ending at point H, which is over here. So they give us a procedure. For number one, the person goes from point A to point B. And once they get to point B, it says they turn clockwise 60 degrees. So clockwise is going the direction of a clock, right? So see, there's a 60-degree rotation clockwise. So if you measure this angle there, it'd be 60 degrees. Then they proceeded from point B to C. Here's point C. And it says they turned counterclockwise. Now, if they kept walking, they'd be going this way, right, where the dotted lines are, but they stopped. And then they turned counterclockwise 150. So they're facing this direction out, and then they turn 150 degrees counterclockwise, so in the opposite direction of the clock, right? So now they're facing this way. So now they're going to walk from point number 3, from C to D. They're going to get to D. If they kept walking at D, they would be going straight to the left. But instead, it says they do a 90 degrees clockwise rotation at D. Then they proceed to point E. And at point E, instead of going straight up, now they do a 50-degree clockwise rotation. Then they proceed to point F, where they would be going straight up at this diagonal, but instead at point F they do 120 degrees clockwise rotation. Then they proceed step 6 to G, and at that point, instead of going straight down this diagonal, they do an 80-degree counterclockwise rotation. And then they proceed to point H, and they stop. So remember from your reading, a clockwise rotation you count it as negative degrees. A counterclockwise is considered positive degrees. So if we take all these rotations that we did and add them up, we did a 60-degree clockwise, that's negative 60. We did a 150 counterclockwise, that's plus 150. We did a 90 degrees clockwise, that's minus 90. We did a 50 degrees clockwise, that's minus 50. We did 120 degrees clockwise, that's minus 120. And then we finally did an 80-degree counterclockwise, that's plus 80. So if you take your calculator and you add negative 60 plus 150 minus 90 minus 50 minus 120 plus 80, you get negative 90. Now think about it. Does that make sense? That means the total rotation they did was negative 90. Think about it. When they started at point A, they were like facing up, right? They were facing up that way, north. Think of it as facing north. When they finished at H, they're facing to the right. They're facing east. So what did they do? They rotated 90 degrees. Is that correct? Their total rotation is 90 degrees. So, and it makes sense because they were facing up and they ended up facing to the right. I hope that helps. Bye, I gotta get my phone. Bye.